This is insane. Bungie has just announced that Gambit is taking a hiatus. And on top of that, they're coming up with new engrams so you can get cosmetics that you missed out from in the past. And we also have some crazy Iron Banner news, and we'll get to that in just a moment. This week in Destiny, June 12th, 2025. Let's jump right into it. We have a Ride of the Nine rewards update. This week is the second in rotation for Prophecy, which means those delving and fighting the Taken will earn increased currency rewards and additional weapon drops from enemy kills. Take this chance and farm those rolls you are craving. All right, so they have right here, when the third dungeon completes rotation, we enter a new phase of Ride of the Nine. Starting June 17th, all 3 dungeons will be available, which is nice. That'll be next Tuesday at reset. Okay, and you can play them at any time. And during that very week, all 3 will have increased currency drops. And you'll actually want this currency because this is the currency that's going to allow you to get the new cosmetics, or the old cosmetics, I should say, that you missed out on. After that, each dungeon will rotate weekly and have a week of increased rewards. So there you go. There's a whole schedule for it. But basically, you know, it just, as it gets closer to the edge of fate, the loot just goes up and up and up, right? Introducing non-area engrams. These are spicy. This is very good. Starting on July 1st, a new item will be available on the Emissary non-area engrams. This engram is filled to the brim with hand-picked cosmetic rewards spanning multiple years of Destiny 2 content. Some are newer, like hollow chips. Some are blasts from the past, like Crimson Days emotes. So, how do you earn these? You got starting July 1st, players may purchase non-area engrams using 350 non-area manifolds at the Emissary, up to 20 during Ride of the Nine. Gotcha. And on July 8th, players will be awarded 1 additional non-area engram each day just for signing in. Just be sure to claim from the Emissary with the Edge of Fate just around the corner. We're very excited to close out the Ride of the Nine with a bang. See you there, Guardians. So there it is. You'll be able to get a lot of really good stuff that you may have missed out on back there. Obviously, Crimson Days isn't an event that exists anymore, so the ability to get some of that without having to spend money is nice. All right, so we got, speaking of the Edge of Fate, if you haven't seen some of the news, we've covered a ton of it. There's also a ton of content creators that have made videos about it. We've watched and reviewed all of this, and there's a lot of interesting things coming out. There's also some missing things, right? We'll talk about more in a video soon here, where there's actually no mention of a new strike and a few other interesting things that Bungie might be cooking with this one, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Like I said, bounties, 2 gear experts, and a shooting range. As with many of our yearly annual expansions, bounties will be receiving an update alongside the Edge of Fate. So some of those bounties that you might be farming will be removed if you're trying to XP farm for Edge of Fate. Many bounties, such as destination bounties, will continue to exist in their current form as a way for players to get some XP while exploring the EDZ, Dreaming City, or other areas. Others, such as armor synthesis bounties on Ada 1, will receive a small update to help players earn progress across more activities in the portal. To help players avoid loss of XP, Glimmer, and other rewards, we're providing a quick list of bounties that will be removed with Destiny 2 Update 9001. We recommend redeeming all bounties before July 15th. Yeah. People are going to be farming bounties, as always. Staying destination bounties, okay, all the planetary destination ones, right? Clan bounties, Hawthorne, armor synthesis bounties, they're changing a bit, so read the section below. Vendors, trials. So the bounties leaving, trials bounties are leaving, gunsmith bounties are leaving, and episodic vendors bounties are leaving. So we got failsafe and apothecary item, which we kind of assumed as much, right? Gear experts with new duties. So Ada 1 is getting a revamp, and she's going to have some spicy new things for us here. One of our greatest fashion vendors is getting new duties when the Edge of Fate launches. Don't worry, she will keep bounties available so players can earn the necessary materials to unlock armor customization currencies, but they have been simplified, removing activity-specific requirements and introducing flexible, activity-agnostic objectives for optional pathways and progression modifiers. With one exception, raid and dungeon bounties will remain as they are now. Ada 1 will provide a way for players to focus exotic armors at the launch of the Edge of Fate. As we announced last week, players will be given an amount of currency to focus armor pieces with a specific stat package as they embark on their new journey into the Year of Prophecy, which a lot of people are going to be speccing into. High mobility is going to be very strong, so be mindful of that. We're going to bring you a guide of what I'm going to go into Edge of Fate with on my characters for day 1, but just as a quick disclaimer, I'm going to go with 100 mobility on a Titan, which is crazy, right? Players must play Destiny 2 before July 15th to receive these currencies. Hop in today to start getting ready for launch. It's got Paragon Exotic Focusing. Got you. And our Forgetful Gunsmith Banshee 44 will also receive an update so he can help Guardians round their collections with legacy gear. If there are any legacy weapons you've been looking to complete for your arsenal, you are a new player in need of some initial gear, or you are simply looking for a handful of weapons to start with the Edge of Fate with desirable perk rolls, Banshee will offer legacy weapons for purchase. All these will cost a small amount of enhancement cores and glimmer. Okay. So some changes to the vendors, and we got shooting range will actually be available on day one. This was something that we were speculating. We didn't know if they would do it on day one or after the raid. An update regarding the shooting range will come with the Edge of Fate. You've seen the footage. It's a big room where you have many enemies and enemy types on which you can test abilities, supers, weapons, and their perks. While our plans initially were to launch this new area at the tower 3 weeks after the expansion launches, we changed our minds. You will now be able to test your builds starting July 15th. That's day one on the Edge of Fate. Cheers, which is very interesting because we'll be able to thoroughly test, the new meta, new weapons and stuff like that for the raid that's coming out, which is good, I think. I mean, obviously help us min-max for a little bit. I think that I like that choice. I mean, instead of it being 3 weeks later, I think that right at the initial launch is cool, especially when people want to see what that looks like. So, good change from Bungie overall. Iron Banner in the Edge of Fate. So, Iron Banner, here we go. When the Edge of Fate launches July 15th, Iron Banner will be on hiatus. Wow. Iron Banner out. After centuries of non-stop work, Saladin will be taking a well-deserved break and will return his PvP game mode to the tower in September. So he's gone through July, so 2 weeks in July and all through August and then September when the Ash and Iron major update arrives. Oh, Ash and Iron major update? Very nice. Those of you looking to scratch the Crucible itch will still have a variety of game modes available. For starters, Heavy Metal will be coming back as an event in the future, also starting July 29th, which is my birthday, by the way. Trials of Osiris will have new weapons and armor to earn as you prove yourselves every weekend through September. Wow. Some Trials weapons on my birthday. Maybe I'll actually jump in and play some Trials for once. We'll have further details in a future TWID on more PvP playlist updates, but we would like to call out a new playlist coming out on week 1 of the Edge of Fate, the Cutting Edge. Oh, what is this? Cutting Edge allows only featured seasonal weapons, armor, and exotics to be used against your opponents. This will provide a fun space, not only to focus on newer gear, but to focus up the meta in some ways. We're excited to see which weapons rise to the top and what builds players come up with outside of the tried and true exotic pairings that we commonly see today. Very interesting. Okay. I don't know how I like that. It seems like it's very limiting, but it also kind of pushes people to do something different. Whereas if you don't do this, then people will just always use the meta, the most powerful weapons. So I think that it's a double-edged sword with this one. I don't think that this is going to be the most loved playlist by any means, but I do think that it offers some variety in a playlist and in an environment where variety is something that is pretty scarce. Gambit in the Edge of Fate. Gambit's going on a hiatus. Gambit, it's not on its way out, but it's getting there. Gambit has always been a PvE VP game mode with a loyal fan base. Stop lying. Stop lying. All right. And a lot of, let's say, funny anecdotes from eccentric Uncle Drifter. I like Drifter, okay? Drifter is the only saving grace to Gambit, in my opinion. As the Edge of Fate approaches, we wanted to share with you all that Gambit will also be getting deleted forever. Oh, sorry. I had a Freudian slip there. Gambit will also be taking a form of hiatus. Players will still be able to play the activity and earn legacy rewards for transmog purposes. And the activity will live under the Worlds tab as it does now. If there is any specific gear you're looking for, Drifter will still be able to focus them as a vendor. All right. This is not the end of Gambit, though, they said. All right. The last time they spoke about Gambit, it was like 4 years ago, and they said they were bringing us new maps. That never happened. Besides continuing the support for the mode for legacy rewards and triumphs, we have plans to bring the spotlight back to Gambit in the future. Stop it. Don't do this. Don't stop. Just let it die, okay? Take Gambit out back behind the barn and put it down. All right? Stop this. With the updated rewards and mechanics that players haven't seen since the days of Prime. Okay, wait a second. Updated mechanics? Will Bungie finally listen to my Gambit idea? Will they finally cook? We'll see. If you don't know, I've been saying this for many years now, that Gambit needs to remove the invasion mechanic where you invade and shoot people in the back while they're trying to clear ads. It's just a pointless mechanic. It's silly, it's trivial, it's annoying. All right. Instead, what that needs to do is you need to go into the invasion portal and it randomly pulls someone from the other team, and you two go into your own environment and you do a 1v1. Okay? Little tiny map. You just do a 1v1. The winner of the 1v1 gives their teammate a buff like enhanced ability regeneration, supers, ammo, whatever. Different buffs happen, etc. That's how it should work. You both get thrown back to your teams. The whole invade and shoot people in the back while they're trying to clear ads or shoot a boss is obnoxious and bizarre and not fun in my opinion. But I'm not saying that necessarily saves Gambit or makes Gambit a smashing success, but it makes Gambit better than it is now. It actually would have like a semblance of like competitiveness to it, I suppose. But let me know what you think about my Gambit rework. We'll see if they actually listen to it. Bounty for Good starts tomorrow. Very nice. Join us Friday, June 13th. The Bungie Foundation Twitch channel for some PvP pandemonium and your first crack at earning the new Bungie Bounty emblem faster than light. Very nice. If you're interested in that, the emblem's there. All right. Very cool. Campaign launches July 7th. Gotcha. And the known issues list grows further and further. As always, we've got there's always something bugged in this game, I swear. This step 6 and 9 of the Drowning Labyrinth quest aren't able to be completed by some players. This has just been a bug. I don't think they've mentioned this like 5 times in the known issues list. They got to fix that one eventually. There's only so long you can let that go on for. All right. And we got our movie of the week. Okay. Steal this look. Nice. Very good. All right. There it is. Let me know what you think about the TWID down in the comments section below. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date on all things Destiny 2. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.